Okay, let's take this 1991 on a J Land Rover Defender 90 genuine 200 TDI for a spin. Ignition light and oil light come up properly. Let's wait for the cold start light to go out. Off she goes. Starts beautifully. Let's reverse a little bit. Right, what can we tell you about this? Came into us yesterday. I've done a few miles in it now. Drives really nicely actually. Showing 182,000 miles, but it's got a whole load of service history with it, including stuff like proper cam belt replacement by specialists and things, and cross member replacements and all sorts of things. And it certainly feels as if it's been really nicely maintained, so I wouldn't be too bothered about the mileage, should we say. But driving wise, it's also had a new fairly sure it's had a new clutch in it from memory. Well, I certainly would have had at least one new clutch at this sort of mileage. Right, what can we tell you about it? Starts nicely. There's no hesitancy from the motor at all. Temperature gauge sort of sits around the halfway point, sometimes a bit higher, sometimes a bit lower, depending on how you're going, but there's certainly no overheating or coolant loss or anything. No hesitancy from the motor. In fact, it feels like a fairly lively 200 TDI, this one. Nice and torquey. Feel the turbo kicking in then. Gearbox is nice. There's no unpleasant noises from the gearbox or synchro problems or anything like that. It just gets on with the job. So when you're changing down into second, it's not graunching or anything. In fact, the whole drivetrain feels fairly solid. There's no sort of backlash if I let my foot off the transmission. There's no heavy clunking or anything like that from diffs or prop shafts or anything. It's obviously got power steering, and the steering is really quite precise on it. It's not wandering all over the road the way that some of them do. Just cruising along now at a steady indicated 50. Drop down the speed a bit into the 30 zone, but no, it drives spot on. It's a nice one. It's got a radio CD player up here, which certainly the radio works. Twin speakers in it. It's got a centre cubby box, fitted covers on the seats. There's no nasty sort of extraneous rattles, groans, squeaks or bangs. All Land Rovers have a few of those, but it hasn't got any more than you'd expect it to have, should we say. Yeah, temperature gauge sitting at sort of steady speed like this is sitting just a couple of degrees over the halfway point, so it's just trundling along quite happily. Speedo's working, fuel gauge is working. Nice bit of heat from the heater. It's got a big set of off-road knobbly tyres on it, but they don't seem to be too noisy. So yeah, all in all, it seems to drive fairly pleasantly. Let's see if the rear wash wipe works. Yes, it does. Blimey. Certainly the wiper bit does. It's so cold here today, everything's frozen up, so we can't even wash anything. So I don't know how we're going to photograph stuff, but there you go. Goes into third nicely. As I say, steers very well. There's no pulsing through the steering or anything. Just a nice straight original factory 200 TDI basically. Doesn't seem to have led too hard a life. That's about it. My name's Simon. You can reach me on 0771 906 9353 or in the office on 0118 946 3352, or you can go to our website, which is www.motodrome.co.uk. action.AVI.co.uk if you want any further info on this 91 J genuine 200 TDI Defender 90. End.